I'm Ayana Misawa, a winemaker of Gris Winery. I'm speaking to Asian Palette today.
So welcome, Ayana, to Hong Kong. We're really delighted that you can take the time from your busy schedule to be here. And I know that I've been a big follower of your winery.
Well, thank you. Great support.
It's knowing your father and his dedication to making fantastic, especially Koshu wines from Yamanashi. Can you tell us a little bit about when you joined and if you have, since you joined in 2008 full-time as a winemaker, if you have made any changes and what your thoughts are?
Gris Winery is a family-owned winery since 1923, and my father is the first generation, and I take over his winemaking and viticulture.
So you're the fifth generation?
Yeah.
Fifth?
Yeah, fifth generation already.
Wow.
And but I quite respect my father, and I quite like what he had done and what he had made.
Yes.
I quite respect his style, and I just followed his winemaking philosophy, quality fine wine making.
Yes.
And focus on the vineyards and the vineyards and climates, and I quite respect it.
Do you think the improvement that you might consider making slowly in the future is more in the vineyard or in the winery?
Yeah, vineyard, both.
Both.
Vineyard and winery.
Okay.
Yeah. I studied in France and South Africa, and I brought back some techniques, and I did some vintages in Southern Hemisphere like Australia, New Zealand, Chile, Argentina, and I really want to improve the quality and
Great. So tell us, what are the main challenges of growing grapes?
Grapes in Japan.
In Japan, and especially where you are in Yamanashi.
So Yamanashi has less rainfall in Japan. Less rainfall in Japan. But we still have lots of rainfalls compared to other great wine regions.
Yes.
So
what is the average annual per
Yamanashi is 1,000 millimeter.
1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty high rain.
And the high rain between June to September.
Yes, the worst time.
So actually,
how do you deal with that? Do you have to spray a lot in the vineyard? Are you having to use a lot of sulfur and so forth?
Yeah, I do the spray, but I do less spray because in the near future I want to do the organic things in our vineyards.
Yes.
In Japan, to get a very good concentrated grapes, we need a water stress and very good drainage. So I'm very careful about these things, and I do the leaf removal, plucking to have a more exposure and wind come through the vines.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about this wine, because we have 2012.
Yeah, Gris Koshu.
Gris Koshu.
Yeah.
And Gris is great.
Yeah.
But this wine is actually more like a light lemon color. Tell us about this wine.
Yeah, this is from 100% Koshu and from all Yamanashi region. Very light and very crisp and very fresh fruity style.
And when would you harvest the Gris?
Koshu, 2012 we pick in October. Thank you.
That it's light, crisp, elegant, citrus flavors, but a hint of flowers as well.
White flowers.
Yes, yes. So there's never, what's the main, when you're making the wine, is the alcohol ever a problem? Do you need to chaptalize like in France?
Sometimes, yeah. But sometimes. But 2012 was a very good year, and we have a huge vintage variations. In Japan, it's very difficult to get great vintages like chili. You can have always very good vintages. But Japan is very difficult. But 2012, I'm quite satisfied with quality and quantity.
And what are the unique characteristics of Koshu that is different from, let's say, Sauvignon Blanc or
it's
other white
as a wine, less alcohol and very citrus, but not as aromatic as Sauvignon Blanc.
No.
It's like a more
much
moderate,
softer, gentle.
Softer, gentle.
Yes. And some people, and I know your father also does oak aging on the Koshu too. And how do you feel about that style?
I'm not biggest supporter of oak aging for Koshu, but I sometimes use oak to have more complexity.
Right.
But only 3 months in used oak. I never use new oak for Koshu.
Okay.
But sometimes it's good because I like very good vineyards from very very good slope. And if Koshu gets more phenolic compounds, sometimes the nose, can be a little more phenolic. So I just put in the oak too much with the complexity and not too much, it's a kind of ripening style.
Yes. To me, Koshu has this really wonderful aromatic character. Very unique, like you said, with lots of florals and stone fruits like peaches and apricots. But at the same time, on the palate, it's very delicate. It's very delicate. So I love it with Japanese food. The same kind of delicacy. I mean, finally, we just have one last question, is about how you see the future of Koshu. Is there a growing demand? Are you planning to plant more? Or what are your thoughts?
I'm quite happy with the quantity that I make now.
Okay.
And I should make some more serious Koshu which can be aged, and I'm trying to now.
Older vines? Do you have older vines for that?
Yeah, older vines. And
how old is the oldest?
They're 30, 40 years. 40 years,
Wow.
When you came to Japan, Yamanashi, I think you saw only the Paragora Koshu.
Yes.
Yeah, but
you're doing VSP now?
Yeah, VSP now.
Those are young vines.
Yeah, young vines, but I do the VSP and I do the massal selection every year to get more better vines. Better vines, and it's very interesting. And this is the only winery do the VSP. So it's just we have just started like 2008, it's very new. But I think I can make more serious Koshu.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayana.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.